mission, reading the mission statement, Rosemary?
Our goal is to anticipate and provide services to meet the healthcare needs of the people we serve.
Okay. Approval of minutes. Any corrections or additions to the minutes as sent?
I move the minutes be accepted as mailed.
Okay, I have a second.
I second.
We have a second. You got that, Sophie? Roll call?
Graig.
Yes.
Maggie.
Yes.
Rosemary.
Yes.
And Ann.
Okay, public comment. Members of the public are welcome to participate in the meetings of the board. Comments of the public will be accepted during public comment portion of the agenda. No action or comments will be taken by the board or member or on matters not on the agenda. When the board president recognizes a member of the public for oral comment, such comments will be limited to 3 minutes or less at the discretion of the board president. We would like to a calm presentation so that the importance of what you're presenting is not overshadowed by the manner of the presentation. How you doing, Max?
Good. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, no
The
problem.
invitation said 5, so I thought I was early. Our notice that goes out every month says 5 p.m. I just noticed it this time.
It's on the agenda for it.
The email,
Oh.
just stating, the email that comes out that invites us to meeting has been saying 5 o'clock the last couple of months. And I just noticed it this time, but I just didn't.
Yeah, but thank
But I just got off work, so I.
So, thank you for letting us know that, Max. Appreciate that. Okay, no public comment. Communications coordinator.
Okay, so this will be the last of the communications coordination because we, as you guys I shared with you guys at the last meeting, we have hired Leanne Gonzalez, who will start on Monday. She is joining us with several years of experience in social media, marketing, research, event planning, project management, and media writing, public speaking, and graphic design. She holds a BS in Public Relations from San Jose State University. She participated in recent district rebranding efforts and played a role in organizing events to celebrate our 75-year anniversary. So you will see her, but I guess I would like to begin with thanking all of you for participating this week in our employee luncheon, for those that can make it. And thank you to Max and Rosemary for being there. It was a wonderful event, well attended. Everybody had a good time. We successfully handed out over 25 turkeys and additional gift cards to all of the staff.
I just have to interrupt and add, it was a wonderful luncheon and it was very, very tasty. Max looked so nice in his uniform.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it was nice.
Thank you, speaking.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
No, that is perfect. And so that was this week. Moving on to next month. If you write this down, the invitation will come in the email, but December 15th from 11:30 to 1:30, we will host our end of year employee celebration. So we will have that here on the grounds, and the committee is currently planning all that at this moment. So more details to come about that as well. And we participated in the South County Business Expo. This was hosted by the Soledad Merchants, City of Soledad, Gonzales, Greenfield Cities, the Workforce Development. It was a business expo along with a job fair, and it was held at the Y. So we had lots of fun. Pauline stopped by. We had a rotating wheel where you can win a prize. We gave lots of giveaways. We made it kind of like a little grab bag. You win a prize, and you get to grab a bag and see what's in the bag. So we had we did free blood pressure checks. We had our nurses there doing blood pressure checks. So that was a good event for us to participate in as well. Was the Business Expo. And I think that's all I have on the communication side.
Any questions on that? You must have your back on again.
Yeah. All right. So a couple of updates. Sophie, if we want to, I'll have Natasha come in, and I will start. So this is Thanksgiving is next week. I just want to say that I am thankful for all of our staff. We have such wonderful staff who's committed and dedicated to the district and committed and dedicated to our missions and values. So I'm grateful for that. I'm also thankful for our community. Our community is what we're here and what brought us here, so I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for all of you, the board, for carrying on our mission, vision, and values. And thank you for all of your time and volunteer. You guys do have your day jobs and have your other responsibilities. Honeydews for some of you. So I thank you for all of that. And then please accept this small gift of appreciation for all of you that is in front of you. Sophie found this, selected it, and she actually had your names imprinted on that little thing. So special for you. In addition, you guys all got a nice,
Oh, these are nice.
a nice pin. I hope you like them.
Yeah.
Yes. So you guys each got a nice pin as well. Again, just our token of appreciation as we're heading into the holiday season. So thank you all.
Thank
And they were smart enough to take that tip off.
Oh,
I was the only one?
No, I took it off.
Oh, okay.
Rosemary says it doesn't right.
Must be a gel pen. Sometimes with the gel, they put those caps on so it doesn't ooze out too much,
Yeah.
but they write nice. That's what little caps are.
I've seen those caps.
You did right.
No, but thank you so much.
Yes.
It's very much appreciated, yes.
As we're waiting for Natasha to arrive, I'll give you the email update here in a moment. What else? Debbie Ramirez has announced her retirement. After working at the district for 17 years and holding various roles in HR, payroll, benefits manager, AP, has announced her retirement. She will remain with us until the end of next year, if not sooner. So we are going to plan accordingly. We are going to set a plan in place to replace or find a replacement. You know, she carries a lot with her, is a lot of the historical data. I'm just sending Natasha. She carries with her a lot of the historical data, so we're going to try to capture as much as we can, right?
She is.
And she's done a service, but you know, she's ready for retirement, and I think she's been ready for some time.
And how many years?
17 years. Yeah, 17 years. So
She does payroll, HR, what else do you say she does?
no, those were her what she did over the course. I can't even name all the things because you know we're such a small organization.
Jack of all
She
trades,
wore a lot of
master of
hats, like all of us do. Yeah. So I just wanted to kind of list the areas that she supported, even at one point, AP.
What's your last name again?
Ramirez. Flu Flu Clinic on Saturday, November 4th. We open the clinic from 8 to 2 to host the flu clinic. We were able to successfully administer 60 flu vaccines. And I don't know if you guys have kept up with local, with recent medical digest, but they're telling us that RSV, COVID, and flu are the triple whammies that are happening right now. And if you look at, if it's a telltale of what's coming our way, look at what's going on in the East Coast. They can't keep enough hospital beds just because it's so, those things, yeah, those things are happening. So we're trying to help our community. This is our second flu clinic. If you guys remember, in October, we had the joint flu clinic with Monterey County Health Department as well. So we did another, you know, probably 60 to 80 shots there as well. So that was on a Saturday. Beginning in January, starting in January, we will launch our Professional and Leadership Development Academy. This will be offered to 12 key managers from Clinic Eden Valley and Women's Center. The Leadership Academy will begin in January, and it will be a series of 8 modules that will be taught, training sessions, beginning in January and will stem all the way through the month of August.
Oh, wow.
You know, the first topic will be being a great leader. Being a great leader involves the ability to get things done through others. As a leader in your organization, you can help set the tone to make positive impact on individuals, team contributions, and organized goals. In this session, So that's what they'll learn in that first session. In the next session, they'll learn essential communication skills. Communication style and habits have an impact on the climate of the organization. The way you communicate can influence an employee's motivation, the quality of informed, shared, and employee engagement. Motivate, the next session would be motivate employee engagement. And the level of employee enthusiasm in the workplace defines engagement. This is a key factor in an organization's success. The fourth module will increase your team's abilities, effectiveness. Diversity in employee styles, skills, experience, and competence can be blended to achieve organizational results. Managing performance. Effective performance is our fifth one. Effective performance management starts with clear expectations reinforced through feedback and coaching and support. We set the organization, team, and individual's goal. We understand the purpose in their daily tasks.
Question.
Yeah.
And it's going to be January through August? When do they attend this?
For 2 hours, and it's going to be we haven't set the actual day, but it'll be between like a Tuesday and a Thursday. So Mondays and Fridays are not the best days, so it'll be a Tuesday.
So they'll do it
Very
while
good.
they're here,
Mm-hmm.
an hour.
Yep, a couple of hours. It's a
Okay.
couple of hours. And I think,
Who's gonna teach that?
yeah. So the person, her name is Maria Lopez, and she is a consulting. She owns M&L Consulting, and
Where's that located?
she's here in Watsonville.
Okay.
Maria is a UC grad. She came to us from, and I'll get you her details. She went through a program through UCLA that was sponsored through Stanford, and it was a business program. She graduated that successfully. Maria came to live in the U.S. from Mexico about 15 years ago. And she ended up getting her bachelor's degree from UCLA and then worked with the top-notch agricultural companies, doing the same in HR, leading their leadership and development. And she actually came as a referral through Esme Owen, who knew her in her teachings from Cabrillo. And so she will be the one facilitating these sessions for us.
Did she create this program? She did. And has she given it before?
So it's her custom program, it's not like the CAS or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay?
And it's an in-person, and it's local, and she wants to do it in person. And she says she actually will do exercises with them. So it's in the cover, and so the 2-hour training will cover a module per month. Through each module, staff will learn the tools, tips, and techniques that will bring success in their interactions, help set the tone, and have the potential to make a positive impact on individuals, team contributors, organizational goals. Each module is designed to stand its own and be of value. However, taking the entire 8-month program provides depth, a variety of topics that come together to provide a holistic strategy and process to leadership and management experience.
And how many individuals are going to participate?
12.
12.
Mhm.
And you picked the 12.
I am not finalized on my list yet. I'll be working with the team to kind of figure out who the 12 will be. Yeah.
And then, how much does it cost?
$500.
That's all?
Total or per session?
So it's $175 per hour with and including her prep time is $612.50. Just the class itself is about $500. So with everything put together, it's $4,900.
Got it.
For 5,000.
And that is
And that's for 8 months?
That's
You
been,
know what would be nice, oh, excuse me.
go ahead, no, go
It would
ahead.
be nice when this is concluded, if a couple of the 12 individuals could have them come and give us their input on it.
And we're going to make it rewarding where we're at. We're going to give them a certificate at the end of the
Yeah,
process.
that's the question I had. Will they be receiving a certificate, some certification?
We will give them a certificate, and then each session, she will get feedback from them, and then she'll collaborate with me just to make sure we're all in the same mode and we're heading in the right direction. So this will be a collaborative effort. Only the 12 individuals that are selected will be in this session, so I'm not in the session, nobody else, it's just those 12 individuals, and that is purposely done because we want those people to really develop and grow in a safe environment and express themselves so that they can develop and grow, and in turn help their teams develop and grow. And why this is coming about is because, as you guys know, as a small community organization, we don't have the breadth of a trainer. Like if you went to large, they have trainers, they have developers. We don't have that. And this is something that I've been wanting to do from the day that I got here. Just finding the right person, the right fit, the right time, the right price. All of that came into play, and next year, I've already kind of pre-announced it to a couple of managers that this is coming, and they're excited. They're excited. So if it all goes well, we can then maybe start up another class in the next year.
And you said Eden Valley Women's Health Center, or you mean all the clinics, or?
Everyone.
Okay, because you did, I'm saying you said Eden Valley and Women's Health Center. So the clinics in Eden Valley, is what you're saying? Okay.
Everybody.
That makes sense, I just was clarifying from your statement.
Yeah, hopefully, like a couple of graduates will come and give us their,
Okay, we
Take on it.
can make that work out.
Cool.
Yeah.
that'd be good.
Sylvie may be able to correct me, but I don't know that that was something we did prior to before I came on.
No.
And if we are ever going to, that's an essential thing to have that training that hasn't existed before, and I hope that's something that we can actually grow, because that's going to give us a better organization,
Right.
and it's absolutely going to make us where people want to come because they're going to get this extra training.
That's exactly right. So this adds value to the employment of people who come work here, if you're willing to contribute and invest in them, and this is a way to invest. And what will happen is that the other members will start talking about the course and how great it was, and so it will attract some more attention for the next year. So look, I'm looking forward to that, and that is launching in January, so.
That's fantastic.
That's
Exciting.
pretty soon. Yes, pretty soon. Talk about that. South County Business Expo, we participated in that. I think I shared, we hosted that with Soledad Merchants, the city of Soledad, Gonzales, and Greenfield. Mentioned that earlier. That was also a success. We had lots of visitors for that. ACHD. The other thing that I'll be working on in the course of this next year is getting ACHD certified. What does that mean? The Association of California Healthcare Districts is leading the way of healthcare districts to be leaders in transformation of California's evolving healthcare landscape. ACHD helps local districts meet the changing needs of local communities to assist members in demonstrating exemplary compliance in meeting the health and governance needs of the public. ACHD has developed a set of standards referred to as best practices in governance. Healthcare districts that demonstrate compliance with these practices are eligible to be designated as a certified healthcare district. They want us to note that these do not ensure that the district is compliant with all state and federal regulations. There's a lot to do, and really just Sophie and I, there's no other team to really do this and support this, but that's on my to-do list, and it's been on my to-do list, and that comes back to Max's request for policies, procedures, and you guys are going to start seeing all that kind of coming through in order to meet these, in order to meet these standards and these goals. We will have to have proper policies and procedures in place in order to meet it. So look forward to that. And then I will stop there, and we will do our Eden Valley report. And Natasha will.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm a little late. I was with a patient, and I knew you were going to tell me to take my mask off. So.
Look, it is on now.
All right. So October, we'll start with staffing. We had 4 new hires in October. We had 3 dietary aides and 1 dietary supervisor. We still need 3 full-time licensed nurses on each shift. We have reduced registry by a lot. We're only utilizing about 1 to 2 agency per day now, if at all. Some days there's none. We still are in need of a DON, a permanent DON. an activity director of nursing,
Oh, okay.
an activity director, and a social service director. In October, we had one dietary aide who was termed, a social service director who resigned, and one administrative assistant who was termed. For census, total occupancy was at 84%. Out of that, we had 20% Medicare and 9.5% HMO. Currently, we're at 50 total residents in-house, 17 skilled patients, 11 Medicare and 6 managed care patients. October, our average Medicare rate was $914 a day. Compared to October of last year, we were at $890 a day. Our average length of stay for our Medicare patients is roughly 45 days. Referral sources came from SBMH. We had 8 admissions from them. Natividad, 2 admissions. We had 1 admission from Stanford. That patient lived in Salinas. And we had 1 admission from home that was a respite patient. Total admissions, we had 12. 7 of those were Medicare patients, 4 managed, and the 1 respite. And our events for October, we had a pumpkin decorating contest and, of course, our scavenger hunt Fridays. That's all I have.
Okay.
Any questions for me?
Can I ask you, did we hire a new chef?
A new chef?
Yeah.
No, we still currently have the same dietary manager.
And how long has that been?
She's been with us since March. I think around March.
Because I've been hearing some questions about the food.
Yes, that's been an ongoing concern with our residents, and we're currently working through that. We have a lot of turnover in the kitchen, and so that's part of one of the concerns that we're working through. But it has gotten a lot better. We had our resident council meeting last month, and not as many concerns as we did the prior month, so that's always a good thing. So it's getting better. It's still a lot of work, but it is getting better.
And we are stabilized now in the kitchen, so that really is making a difference as well.
Good.
This is an off-the-wall question, and it's not going to be fair to ask you this. I should have done this way before. So I'll ask Ida. Okay, when Cindy was here, we were looking at those things that would go on the doors in case there was an active shooter, and we were so that they could actually block those doors. And I know but if there's an active shooter, that's what you want to do. So I don't know where we are on that, and I think if you don't have an answer now, that's fine, but I think, and I don't know if you know this, we had someone come in the building, it's been several years ago, with a weapon, and left it here and ran through the thing. So it's not, we had, 2 years ago, we had a gentleman jumped from his car, parked in the clinic's parking lot and ran. So it's not a potential, it's happened, so we need to be able to, and I don't know where we are on that and the training, so I don't want an answer now, but I just wanted to run out of the flagpole.
So a couple of things, we have purchased some of the equipment.
Good.
There's specialized equipment for this kind of door versus the regular kind of door, so we have 2. We don't have enough to go around, obviously, but there's enough just so that we can test those necessities, okay? So there's more that needs to be done. In addition to that, working with Charisma, which is in our HR department, to be able to train everybody. So that's our next step in the next year. And the reason being, it's a requirement now. We have to have that kind of training.
And the other thing that's kind of connected, and I'm sorry about this, but it's something we talked about before. Remember when Fred Lombardi was here, he said that they have a button, they can push the city on, everybody knows it all at once that there's a problem.
Oh, in the city.
Yeah, and so I don't know, we don't have that capability now, and I don't know what it costs
It's
to
like
do
a
that.
panic button.
Yeah, so that, someone can see on Facebook something's happened, so someone knows, but it's not communicated.
Right.
So I know that's not your issue, but I just want to raise that up, the flag up the flagpole, and kind of say, let's keep that on a burner somewhere.
We actually just had a mock drill not too long ago.
Fantastic.
And now that I'm aware of that, I'll work with our director of staff development to make sure we have those more often.
Okay, anyway, that's totally off, I should have not done that to you. I
Oh, it's okay.
apologize.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
So just a couple of things that I want to add to Eden Valley report is our room rate increase. Remember, we talked about that at our last meeting. That is taking effect December 1st. So just a reminder, waiting list, no changes there because we don't want to call them right away. We want to give them some time in between. We're thinking anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So our last update was October 25th. And out of that, there's only a few left on the list, so we'll continue to monitor that and keep
You
reporting.
mean notifying the waiting list of a price change, or notifying the waiting list there might be an opening? I'm not sure what you're saying.
So we don't have, we're not adding any more to the waiting list just because of our new additions that we added. In the past, there was only so many beds that were available that created it. It's no longer necessary. But we don't want to not give the opportunity to the people that were on there. We want to go through a process. So what's happening is that we're doing a callback and we're making 3 attempts.
Right.
And so as the list gets smaller, it'll eventually dissolve. But we won't be adding any
So
more.
you're saying if we're full and somebody calls, you're not going to put them on a waiting list, you're just going to say we're full? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
So typically what our process is, if we are full, if we're complete, 59 patients in-house and someone
Right.
calls and they're inquiring for short-term or long-term bed and we don't have one at the moment, I take their information down and I call them back as soon as one becomes available.
Yeah, so we do have a waiting. I missed, you said you weren't going to have a waiting list, that's what was confusing. That means if you're going to call them back, there's a waiting list, because there's not here, you'll call them back when an opening opens up.
Correct, but there's no, the formal waiting list that we had in place will go away.
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, so this waiting list, the formal one that we had in place, that's been here for a while, will be respected and we'll go through the process until there is no more on this particular list. But moving forward, it's not as necessary as it was before. So I mentioned that to you guys in the last meeting. Okay, let's see. Oh, one more thing. So we don't know if we're going to be paying for this, but we may. According to the Best Nursing Homes U.S. Digest, they rate nursing homes, and Natasha shared this with me. We have been rated a 4 out of 5 for high performance. And this is one of those ones, I don't know if you guys see them like in cars, they rate the cars, and they give them like a seal of approval. It's kind of like those cooking things. But you do have to pay for them to get involved in these. So I'm still kind of evaluating it, but I thought it was just still nice for you guys to know this and to share this, that we are considered a high-performing nursing home.
By which agency?
It's called the Best Nursing Homes U.S. News. So, and it's
It's
based
not
on,
like who's who of who. If you pay money, they'll put you in the book and publish it.
potentially.
Yeah.
So they gave us, they're giving us this, so we're still looking into this, but I just thought that I share this with you guys, because I think that's important. One thing that I had in our finance section, but Natasha's here, so I want to share that while she's here, is I know you guys don't have financials this month because they aren't ready to go, but I did want to share with you guys that Eden Valley has had a record month in the month of October. And what I mean by that is it's our cash log and our cash receipts that we received. So for the month of October, we hit a record milestone at $1,447,000 in 1 month, October.
Are you making money in the background? Wow,
That's
where did that come from?
Hard work from everyone on the team.
Yeah. Please thank everyone for that.
Oh, I will.
Well, very.
And I know Natasha kind of just briefly brushed over that, getting agency down, and I know Max brings this up regularly at our meetings. That has been a top important thing, and Natasha knows this for the entire team. We want to hire our own staff, but in some cases we don't have that opportunity, so we have to hire agency. But our team has worked so hard, and they have reduced it by nearly 50%.
So that money, is it for services rendered during the month of October then? It's not for previous months that were owed to us. Is that how I'm interpreting
Yes,
that?
correct.
That was revenue generated for 1 month via physical therapy, admission,
Nursing, yeah. Any services that we provide.
and any
Nurse, yeah,
And so
services.
you build all of those separate agencies and.
And
What's the collection rate on that, like for Medicare, Medi-Cal, and that?
So right now, our average rate is around $914 a day for Medicare. So when I first got here, we were looking at somewhere around 700 on the latter end of that, maybe around 800, something like that. Yeah. So we've gone up quite a bit, and it's just all based on all the services that we capture. Comorbidities like diagnosis, things that are going on with the patient prior to coming to us. You have to really have an eye for those things and make sure that you're capturing those
Making sure
before.
that every service
Correct.
is billed.
Correct.
And that's gross billing. Now we have to subtract out all the costs, but that's still gross billing.
Yeah.
And working collaboratively as a team, because it's, it starts from the time of admissions and accepting that admission, which Natasha does, and working as a team and admitting, billing, and making that full circle, going around that full circle, working with the billing department.
Well, that's the key right there, is working with the billing department to make sure every service is billed.
Correct.
So we had a big celebration, woo-hoo.
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
We did. I mean, it's a big milestone, so I don't want to take it lightly. Natasha and her team and all their hard work and dedication is why, costs are down and revenue is up for the district. And hopefully you guys will see that grow.
That's a good way to end the year.
Yes, a good note. So I didn't want to let that go without Natasha being here because she's been a part of that success.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you all. And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
It's the, they must be turning off or getting near to turn off. Okay, I will move into the clinic. Information. So, an update on the clinic. Amy Underwood, the PA physician's assistant, rendered her resignation this week. She will be leaving us to work for Natividad Medical Group in Prunedale. She says that this is closer to home, 8 minutes. She says she has her daughter who is in high school and only has a couple more years and just feels that she hasn't had the time to spend with her and is going to go off to college pretty soon and really wants that opportunity to do that. So she is taking the time and taking on this role and in addition to that, she shared that she is getting up there in age and she wants a pension plan, and I guess she'll be able to work there 5 years and be fully vested and have a pension plan. So Amy will be missed. She did, apologize, I'm leaving. She will be seeing different types of patients. It's more commercial patients, as our mix is more Medi-Cal patients, so she will have a different mix. She will only be here through the 29th of November. So we are already making adjustments to our scheduling, just a lot of things that need to happen before she leaves. But she thanked us for the opportunity to be here and to work here. And I told her, don't be a stranger. I didn't say goodbye. I said see you later, because as you guys know, in these small industries, things kind of go around. We are looking actively for a replacement, but as you guys know, in a small rural community, it's a challenge. So we are and have had an open position for some time. So if you guys know of anyone, otherwise I'm putting out my feelers in the community and see if we can attract. We actually have a PA right now who's been shadowing Dr. Beltran, and I mentioned it to her. Said, hey, but her program, and she doesn't graduate until May of next year. So it may take us that long, to be honest with you. I think in the rural community, it may take us, to mid-year next year to find somebody.
I have to ask because I keep hearing rumors and I drive by there and I can't tell. Did the clinic at the shopping center close?
It didn't, but it changed its model. They are no
Is that
longer,
right?
yeah, they are no longer seeing, they're only seeing workman's comp cases.
What kind?
Workman's comp cases.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
If you get sick, you can't go there, it's gotta be on the job related,
And-
using that workman's comp insurance to pay it.
And here's the thing, I need you guys to fully, and I know you do, but fully understand is we're really the only organization in this whole community that does what we do, the way that we do it. Because Clinica itself.
Has 2 PAs, that's it. There's no doctor there.
Where's that?
Clinica,
Oh, yeah, that was my next question.
yeah, Clinica's it, so, and,
Oh, they're on the,
yeah, they're not, kind of irritates me because they're very federally qualified healthcare.
Yeah, they have a lot more. money.
And so they get more money per patient, but they're offloading their extra patients to us because they can't provide the service.
oh, yeah, it's good that we're here.
Well,
It is, and I know that's part of a strategic plan. I know Graig is really, it's important that we reestablish and kind of re-engage in our strategic plan, and that was one of our models in our strategic plan, is looking at how we can expand and grow. We definitely need to consider that and do that, maybe a mobile, maybe another site. And the reason behind that is because our city is expanding and growing, and Maggie knows it, being in the industry, she's it right firsthand. We need to kind of start looking ahead and forward. So, yeah, yes.
You know, that just brings a wild thought to my mind, is if they're only seeing 2 PA, or they only have 2 PAs, you know, it's kind of, you know, if the opportunity arises and space becomes available, it might be something we could look at as a satellite.
I think, I don't know, Dr. Clavin, is it that? Dr.
He is a
Clavin?
CEO.
He may just want to hold on
You
to
never
it.
know if it
Yeah.
may come up for rent.
You never know. I mean, the industry, healthcare is very, you know, fluid and fickle. I mean, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen now in Salinas Valley with the announcement that we all heard last month, and the change of their CEO and the change of the guard.
You know, there's always those takeovers, and you know, it doesn't mean we couldn't move
Yeah.
in.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll take
You know, let us
the
be the one.
opportunity of that
You know?
space, yeah.
And as it, you know why, is because it's already set up as a clinic. I
Yeah.
mean, they have all those examining rooms and
Yeah.
everything. Oh, wow.
And here, and then this is our goal. Our goal is to be able to maintain the care of our community, and that's really what it is.
You know, you go back to the mission statement, but it really is something to keep an eye on, because, you know, if their visits fall off and that place becomes empty,
Yeah.
they might be interested in leasing it out, or, you know, it's something to look at, because we're growing with all the visits that everybody does. And, you know, it would be,
When
you know, and it could always, you know, how they did it with COVID, you know, it could be the wing for, it could be, you know, if someone calls in and says, I think I have COVID, well, then you go to this clinic, you know, you go to this store, the same thing. I
Still
can see
need more
it.
providers too.
Huh?
Still would need more providers.
Absolutely.
Right,
We need a lot more
right.
providers.
I think
It's
one of
growth.
One of the
You know?
areas of growth that I see that potentially we can lead into a new is pediatrics. And the reason because now we have this beautiful women's center, right? We have all these women now taking care of their babies to be, or they're gonna be moms. Where do they wanna naturally come? Is to our clinics.
So where they're familiarized with.
Right, and they already know the doctors, so that's an area that we need to also explore. So
Yeah.
lots of opportunities for us.
Yeah, I would say people moving into Soledad, about 80% are coming from out of the area. From
Yeah.
Salinas, from Castroville, from,
Over there.
yeah, they're coming in.
There's a lot to offer here, good schools,
Yeah,
good
sure.
healthcare.
One of the things that I know Ed's talked about before, that the city is going to updo the general plan, and tentatively, they've been talking to Ida about being part of that and putting healthcare on that. Because we need to start thinking about 5-10 years out in terms of our strategic plan. And it's a working document, but we need to start thinking, because I think some organizations don't think that far out, so they make a decision and it messes up future possibilities. And I would give examples for the city, but I would be complaining. Don't do that.
Yeah, so we definitely, yeah, when that time comes, they're still kind of trying to figure out all the details to that, but I'll give you guys an update when that time comes. What else at the clinic? We are currently hiring for a front office position. We've gotten 88 applications for that. In 22 days.
88 applicants for what,
Front office.
what position?
And that doesn't include our MA position as well. I think we've gotten probably about 50 applications for that one, so. New hires and years of service. So I'll start with the years of service. Robert Camacho, our physical therapist assistant, has been here for a year. Edelita, our certified nursing assistant, has been here for 5 years. We did hire 2 medical assistants. And these, I'm so proud, these are actually our students that went through our program, and student and shadowed, that were hired, Elena de Jesus and Margarita Macias. And we have one starting on Monday. So yeah, very exciting, and it's nice to have them on board, especially because they went through our teachings and now they're becoming our MAs. We do also have new hire Paulino Navarro, he's our occupational therapist. Cynthia Sanchez, she's our front office administrative assistant at Eden. And then Andrea Vasquez is our new nurse that started. So some good stuff happening there. All right, let's see. I will finish my rest of my report and then I'll go back to employee retirement. Okay, so I'll go back to where I left off at. MC Gives. So MC Gives, as I shared with all of you last month, our MC Gives campaign has started November the 9th and it will span through December 31st. I encourage all of you to go visit the website of MC Gives and make a donation. You can do it through the website. You can download the form and send a check-in. The foundation has once again applied for it, and this is in recognition of our CPS program, which is our comprehensive prenatal education program. It's so important, and our goal is to give a healthy pregnancy and delivery for our patients and their families. So this is going on now. We have raised $1,010 on that campaign so far. On the other side, the foundation is having their campaign for Gift of Life in just a couple of weeks, and that one is specifically to replace the beds in Eden Valley. That one, we have raised $1,400. So lots of good stuff happening there on the donation side. More finance stuff. So I've been looking at different banks and examining what opportunities there is for us as a government agency to really kind of be more efficient and effective in our processes. One of the banks that I met at ACHD conference was Five Star Bank, and I met with Michelle Monaco, who specializes in government banking. We met to explore what options they have for our districts. We do have a follow-up meeting, including our business office manager, Jeanette, to review their systems and processes they may be able to assist us with. So just doing some exploratory stuff. It's always good to kind of see what's out there. First Capital Bank. So as you guys know, we do already have business with them right now. One of the things that we don't have is any interest rate from them. We actually get 0% on both of our accounts. And as you guys know, this is very important because we're trying to build up as much cash flow and revenue to pay off that PPS that we're about to get a bill of $1.2 million. And so I did reach out to Jessica, the senior relationship manager, and said, is there anything you guys can do for us? I am looking at other organizations and banks that can help us. She said, let me see, I'll get back to you on that. Also, I looked at CLAS.
You looked at what?
It's called CLAS. It's called the California Cooperative Liquid Asset Security System. This is a joint exercise of powers entity authorized under Section 6509.7 under the California Government Code. What this is a pooled investment option that was created via joint exercise of powers agreement by and among California public agencies. California CLAS provides California public agencies with a convenient method of investing in high-quality, short-term, medium-term security carefully selected to optimize interest earnings while prioritizing safety and liquidity. The California CLAS Prime and Enhanced Cash Fund offers public agencies the opportunity to strengthen and diversify their cash management programs in accordance with the safety, liquidity, and yield hierarchy that governs the investment of the public funds. California CLAS strives to minimize risk by managing its portfolio in a manner that prioritizes principal preservation and only invests in securities that are permitted pursuant to the laws of California and California CLAS investment policy. The management of California CLAS is under the discretion of a board of trustees comprised of eligible participants of the program. The board of trustees has appointed Public Trust Advisors, LLC, to serve as the investment advisor and administrator of the program and has appointed U.S. Bank as a custodian. Why is that important? California CLAS offers an opportunity, and obviously is to diversify. And they do meet, there's a government code that we have to meet as an entity in order to invest our funds in it. They have to have a threshold of a liquidity cap of over 200 million, which they do. They have an investment. For example, if we were to have utilized them, their rates are as high as 5%.
You know, I was just over at Mechanics Bank, and if you bring in, quote, new money, they're offering almost 5%. And if you took it from Pacific Valley Bank or wherever the other bank and put it in there, in a CD or a money market, they're offering, and that's right down the street.
The only concern or thought would be is that money is locked in.
For a year.
Is what?
Locked in.
No, I don't think so. I look into it because
And this is fully, I will, and this
Look
is
into
full,
that,
this
because I
is
don't
fully liquid. Because the products I've seen with them are only CDs right now.
I think it was money market and CDs, and it was, I think it was just fairly liquid.
So so I'm going to invite the gentleman from CLAS to give you guys, this was just more information for you, but to give you guys more of an insight, because at this moment, we could have earned probably close to $3,000. And that's just $500,000. I wouldn't put all of our money, obviously, but,
Well, and then, you know, like I said before, at Mechanics Bank, you know, it's FDIC insured, you know, up to a certain amount, and
250.
250, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think if we're leaning that way, is let's look at several options.
So I checked with First Capital already, they'll give us their information, we'll check with CLAS, and then we'll check with Mechanics.
Sometimes too, if you go back to First Capital and say, Mechanics is willing to pay us this price is.
So I did show them, and you know, I did show them the CLAS rate. She goes, well, I can't meet you there. I said, you know, I don't expect you to meet me there,
Yeah,
but I do expect you to give me more than zero.
exactly.
Okay? So just stuff that I'm working on trying to develop a little bit more opportunities for us to grow a little bit of the funds that we need to pay off the debt that we owe. What else? Audit, just as a reminder to you guys all, the audit is well on its way. They're working on it now, and we should be hearing back from them for presentation, if not in January, in early February. So please expect to have that audit as well. Let's see, what else do I have to share? I feel like I skipped something. Maybe I shared that. Nope. Let me just double check. Oh, okay. So that's all on that part of it. Any questions before I move on? Okay. Next is on our agenda is employee retirement. So I wanted to give you guys an update. If you guys remember, we have a new group called PACE Group, and they are our consulting firm that help manage our retirement. Ted Risby is our senior consultant. He says, I wanted to send you a quick update regarding your 403B plan termination and transition. Due to an internal nationwide record-keeping system transition that impacted the Soledad Community Health Plan, there has been a hold on terminating the 403B and updating the 457 plan as of late. As they come out of the transition, I'm working with their team to establish a clear timeline and get it moving as quickly as possible, with the goal to coordinate the 403B plan termination. At the same time, we revise the investment line for 457 plan. More to come, but I wanted to give you a quick heads up and update. So once that happens, I'll invite him back to maybe give you guys another update as to where it stands. And he was as you guys recall, you guys met the attorney, so this is our consultant that you guys will get to meet, and his name is
So the
Ted.
403B, nothing else is going in there, but money's still sitting there. Is that being invested in growing, or is it all frozen, nothing's happening to it?
It still remains in effect, like any other plan, but nothing's going in there.
Okay, so it's still growing. And then all other money now, but not from us, but employee contributions going to the 457 plan.
And there is
The
some,
goal is to make them all one and merge all the 403 in.
well, and that's the goal, but it's going to be up to the individual. The individual may decide not to roll it in. We're hoping that they do, but they also can decide not to roll it in.
They can keep their 403, they just can't add more money to it. Is that correct?
No, their 403 will go away, but at the time when you're going to transition, they don't have to necessarily transition to the 457. They can
put it in
decide,
some other vehicle they have, or cash it out and pay the penalty. Got it.
or they can cash it out.
Thank
And I think that's all I have that I want to cover. There's nothing more.
I have a couple of things.
Yes.
Any questions, Rita? I have just a couple of things. One, I don't know if you read Monterey Weekly. Last month, they talking about the Big Sur healthcare district, and they're looking for.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted a signing fee. Their consultant was saying you're going to need a signing fee of $50,000, and it's a very, very small organization. They have a very small clinic and a very small SNF, and that's just the signing bonus.
To hire a doctor or a CEO or something.
Yeah. So that's kind of a heads up. The second thing I want to let you know about, because I want to keep you, I don't want you to think I'm ever doing things behind you guys' back. Remember the community response plan that Ida, Randy, and Brad have been working on? Yes.
The emergency community response. We started in COVID.
Okay. The previous battalion chief down to CAL FIRE said, we're not interested because when something happens, we have all these resources that will come in and not a problem. Well, they haven't been around when we've had a serious problem because we're on our own. The new battalion is very interested. So I dropped off what we have completed to date, and it's nowhere near, the resource list, things like that are not complete. And there's some LOUs we need to work on, but he went through the binder and he says it looks really, really, really good. He made a few minor tweaks and he sent it back to Chief Watson. And so progress is being made. Getting CAL FIRE on board was a huge step forward. The other thing I want to kind of put on the flagpole is, I don't know if you've in the last month's weekly, there's a new EMS contract that's going out for ambulance service. Okay, now it's got me a little bit concerned, and I want to explain to you why. I went to Anna and talked about it, but it didn't go as a board as representing us, just as a personal person. They're thinking about where you'll call 911 and say you have a medical emergency, and the operator will ask you what's going on. Now, I don't know about your medical training. I don't have that much medical training. I have some because it was a first responder. The dispatcher will decide whether or not they're going to send an ambulance with a paramedic or just 2 EMTs. Well, that may be great up in Salinas because they have multiple ambulances, but how's that going to work down here? So are we going to have a paramedic here, 2 EMTs in Greenfield and a paramedic down in King City? This paramedic leaves because they're on a call, and who comes back in maybe has 2 EMTs, and we have something happening here that requires a paramedic. What is that going to do to our fire department in terms of what they're going to have to do? So there are implications to us personally in our own homes, but I think there's some kind of general concerns how that service level, which is a reduction, may impact what services we can expect here. So I just want to float that. I plan on talking to another council member, and again, I'm not going to say I'm representing the healthcare district, but I think it's something that I've talked to Ida about it because I think it's an issue that we should be aware of. And the council member I talked to was not aware, and I don't know who's at the table because it's a county contract. So I don't know who representing us is at the table other than Chris Lopez, but I think that that's of concern. So that's I wanted to flag that.
Are you concerned there's a new EMT agency, or that the dispatch is gonna start?
It's going to be a new contract, so it could be another instead of AMR, it could be who else. Doesn't matter. But the way they're talking about dispatching is it's going to be a reduction in service because in that they're trying to control costs, which I understand. That makes sense to me. But I'll give you a call. We were on a call when I was in the fire department at PA, traffic accident. Truck ran into a car. Passenger was dead at the scene. The driver was fine, presenting no problems. EMT said, the paramedic said, we're just going to transport. When I say crashed, that doesn't mean physically crashed, but he went into serious medical problems. They had to stop Page Gonzalez Fire to get another firefighter in the back of that ambulance. And that was a paramedic making that decision. So that's my concern is we may have an EMT responding here, and EMTs are great. I'm not going to call, but they have limited abilities in terms of what they can do. So maybe I'm overly concerned, but I just want you guys to be aware of it, and if that's something that you think we should be concerned about, please. But I want you to be aware of those things. I've rattled on long enough. I'm sorry.
Information, where?
We were supposed to.
I will.
And I just want to say, give hats off to Graig. Since I started here a few years ago, the importance to him of the emergency plan. And he has devoted a lot of time, a lot of energy in all these meetings in making sure that we have a collaborative, plan. So thank you to Graig and all his time that he has spent today developing that plan. It's not easy. I mean, there's so many details that go along with that. So thank you for continuing that and pursuing that as we've transitioned with our staffing. And he just kind of kept the ball rolling for us. So thank you for doing that.
There's a lot left to do. Well, no, that's what we
He's
need.
got a good background.
He does. He's like the perfect
For
person.
how many years?
Over 25. But see, in my humble opinion, our community, and when I say the community, I keep telling the city their response area is bigger than the city. The response area goes out to the county. Our district, the school district, the fire district. But our community, I believe, should expect that there should be a coordinated response from the political entities, governmental entities in this town. If there's an emergency, whether it's a natural disaster or a mass shooting or a mass casualty event, that there be a coordinated, effective response. And right now, that's not there. That's my 10 cents. I'll get off my soapbox.
I'm done with my part,
Okay.
and that's it on my reports.
Okay, any questions of item?
No?
Okay, then we're through.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
No meeting in December.
No meeting, happy holiday.
Merry Christmas. we say.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving and Merry
Hopefully
Christmas.
we can see you at the staff holiday event.